Good morning, children. Welcome to the online class. This is social science period, ninth social. Uh, I'm starting the lesson from the history part. The first part, there are 4 parts in social science. This first part is history part, second part is geography, then third part is civics, and fourth part is economics. Today I start the first lesson from the history part, that is evolution of humans and society, prehistoric period. That is evolution, that is development of humans and society. That is the prehistoric period. Prehistoric period means that period which is not having the written records. That period is known as prehistoric period. Especially the Stone Age period. The Stone Age period is known as the prehistoric period. That period, no written records available to write history for the historians. So they named as the prehistoric period. The prehistoric people were the pioneers of creative knowledge. The creative knowledge started from the prehistoric period. They were the pioneers. From them only the civilization started. The civilization started. Their artifacts and the languages they developed. Artifacts, what are the things they used? They were the artifacts and the language. What the language? Just showing the sign, symbols. That was their language. That was from there they developed. From that artifacts and the language, they developed the civilization. They are able to understand how intelligent they were. We can understand from them how intelligent they are. From them, the intelligence developed from the prehistoric period. Now we are in the technology, information technology. Now we are living in the information technology. The mobile phones we have, we are getting all the informations through the mobile phone. That means the smartphone, different types of phone we are using. That if we are having the phone means we must think that the world is in our fingertips. Anytime, any person we can contact, any information we can get through the phone. So it is the phone, through the phone implemented some modern techniques and all. They are introduced through the phone. Then the origin of the earth and the geological ages. The origin of the earth and the living human beings, especially the human beings, there are some close relationship between the earth and the humans. We are getting some of the information, some evidences from the earth. That is mainly 3 evidences here mentioned, that is the geological, archaeological and biological records. The geological, biological and archaeological information are available on the surface, the layers of the earth. On the earth there are different layers. The upper layer of the earth, we can find all this information, that is geological, archaeological and biological records are available in the upper layer of the earth. By using this information, they have written the history. Paleoanthropologist and archaeologists excavate the soil and rock layers on the earth and extract evidence about human ancestors. These paleoanthropologists and the archaeologists got information through these archaeological, geological and biological sources available on the layers of the earth. The archaeologist excavated the surface of the earth and found the things they have used the ancient period. Then the paleoanthropologist, they studied the human ancestors and their evolution by the study of fossil remains. Fossil remains means the dead part of the plants and animals formed a rock. When the layers of the rock, they found the fossils, that is dead part of the plants and animals. By studying that fossils, they understood the age of the which period, how many millions of before these people, these animals and plants live in the earth. Millions equal to 10 lakhs. 1 million is equal to 10 lakhs. The earth was formed, that is about the billions of years. Here it is mentioned 1 billion is equal to 100 crores. 100 crores of years. 1 billion is equal to 100 crores. Here the earth was formed about 4.54 billion years ago. That means 450 crores years. Before the 450 crores years, the earth was formed. Here it is mentioned that the layers of the earth, there are rocks, between the rocks, the sediments of plants and animals found. They studied. People, those who study about the sediments embedded in the rocks, between the rocks, they were known as paleoanthropologists. Archaeologists, one who study about the excavational works, when they dig out the ground, when they carry out the archaeological work. When they carry out the archaeological work, they found the remains of the past, that they were known as archaeologists. Paleoanthropologists, archaeologists excavate and soil rock layers on the earth and extract evidence about human ancestors. They studied about the remains, that is found the layers of the earth, and understood which period they belong, which era they belong. They understood. Those people were known as paleoanthropologists and archaeologists. These layers and the fossils were scientifically dated to study the various stages in human evolution. The layers of the rocks of the earth or the earth, they for scientifically dated by studying the remains, the fossils, the archaeological sources. They scientifically dated dated the remains, which period they belong. Which period they belong, they studied scientifically and noted that. Archaeology is the study of human past through the analysis and interpretation of material remains. What are the materials? When they dig out the ground, they found, that is archaeology, archaeological sources. What are the remains they found through the archaeological work, that is known as archaeological sources. Then paleoanthropology means when the fossils, that is found the rocks between the layers of the rock, that is fossils, fossil remains, dead part of the plants and animals. Earth was formed approximately 4.54 billion, 1 billion is equal to 100 crores. That is 454 crores of years. Before that, the earth was formed. We are the Christians, we say that it is created by God, creation of God, the earth, the sky, all created by the God. But here it is scientifically they are mentioned. Science says like this. Then plants and animals came into being, and later foundation was laid for the evolution of humans. First, on the earth, it was barren land. Then, after so many millions of years, plants, single cell organisms were formed on the earth. Then multicellular organisms, plants and animals formed. First plants only formed, next plants, animals were formed. Then the plants and animals came into being, and thereby foundation was laid for evolution of human beings. These plants, formation of the plants and animals, laid the foundation for the formation of the human beings. First plants, then animals, then human beings are formed on the earth. The long span of time in the history of earth is divided into eras, periods and epochs of geologists. Geologists divide the ages, eras, periods and epochs. That is, the next it is given 1 billion is equal to 100 crores of years. That is 1 million is equal to 10 lakh. Australopithecines were the apes from which modern humans evolved. We are the human beings, we all developed from the apes. The first ape, that is Australopithecines were the apes from which modern humans evolved. Now that ape is extinct, it is vanished, now it is not available. We are the human beings, we developed from this ape. But they were considered to be the close relatives of these Australopithecines, where the apes are closely related to the human beings. The next heading, this lesson divided into about 4 units. First unit I have completed just now. Second unit just we start. That is the age of speculation. Age of speculation. Speculation means action or opinion. Here it is mentioned that humans are the only species can do the able to understand. Human beings only able to understand and to move from one place to another, and they are able to explain. They are able to explain because of the cognitive development of the human beings. Cognitive development of human beings. In the course of evolution, humans became conscious and knowledgeable. As the year passes, even the development of the human beings, there are some changes in the life of the human beings. Life of the human beings. They turned curious and began to think and ask questions about nature. First, because of the cognitive development, they have developed the knowledge. They began to think and question. That is rationalism. Began to think and ask questions. First, they think and ask questions about the nature. Organisms and world around them. At first, they considered nature as God. People considered nature as their God. Even now also some people believe that nature is the God. Nature is a God. In the beginning itself, because of the development of the rationalism, they believe in God. They believed nature as their God. They were fear about the nature. Nature in the sense sun, moon, wind, rain, some other natural forces, plants and all. These are all nature. They used to worship nature as their God. They worshipped sun, moon, various natural forces. These are all nature. They began to worship. They got fear. Because of that, they used to worship this nature as their God. Various natural forces about which they developed their own understanding, some of which is not scientific. They understood about the nature, they understood some which is not scientific. Lack of scientific knowledge on the creation of the world is reflected in the ancient writings and religious literature. Lack of scientific knowledge also reflected when they write and they reflected the lack of scientific knowledge. That means they were unable to prove scientifically. That shows the lack of scientific knowledge and religious literature. Then BC means before Common Era, and AD means Common Era. That is C. Now the BC is called BCE. That is before Common Era. Now the AD is called CE, that means Common Era. Previously this abbreviation is used, BC and AD. Now it is changed into BC, BCE, AD, CE. BC means before Common Era, AD means that is CE Common Era, like this here mentioned. So today this much is enough. Now we mark one or two questions. First question, detailed question, that is second one, second detail. The history of human is closely related to the history of the earth. Elucidate. That is page number 1, origin of the earth and the geological ages. That heading, under that heading, that paragraph answer is there. Now we mark that the history of humans is closely related to the history of the earth. The earth contains geological, archaeological and biological records of historical times in its upper layers. They are important for reconstructing the history of the earth and various living organisms. Fossil bones of the human ancestors are embedded in the earth's layer. Up to that para, and next the right hand side first para also you have to mark for this. Paleoanthropologists and archaeologists excavate the soil and rock layers on the earth and extract evidence about human ancestors. These layers and the fossils are scientifically dated to study the various stages in human evolution and prehistory. Enough. Next, one more paragraph is there. That is, the earth was formed approximately 5.54 billion years ago. Gradually, conditions emerged for the growth of organisms. Then plants and animals came into being, and thereby foundation was laid for evolution of humans. Up to that you mark this paragraph. All marked, I think. That is origin of the earth and the geological ages, that heading first para, and the right hand side first para up to I told you to mark from the paleoanthropologist and archaeologist till stages in human evolution and prehistory. Then the next just below the one paragraph, that is, the earth was formed approximately 4.54 billion years ago. Gradually, conditions emerged for the growth of organisms. Then plants and animals came into being, and thereby foundation was laid for the evolution of humans. That is the second paragraph answer. Then one more question we mark. That is 2 mark. Answer the following briefly. Discuss how the age of speculation made humans become conscious and knowledgeable. This is a 2 mark, first 2 mark question. Answer is there in the page number 2 under the heading the age of speculation. That is second unit, subheading age of speculation is there. That para you have to start from the 7th line, that is not 7th line, 5th line last. In the course of evolution, humans became conscious. From that you start. In the course of evolution, humans became conscious and knowledgeable. They turned curious and began to think and ask questions about nature, organisms and the world around them. At first they considered nature as God. They worshipped sun, moon and various natural forces about which they developed their own understanding. Up to that you have to mark for this 2 mark question. So I marked one detailed question, that is a 5 mark question, and one 2 mark question. One 2 mark question I give now. These two answers you have to learn. This is your homework. This is your homework. This is your homework. You have to learn. You have to learn these two question, one paragraph and 2 mark questions. I have marked that one. You have to learn. This is your homework. Thank you.